우리의 이야기는
Our story begins with the national contest of kindergarten children with extraordinary talents, which was held some time ago.
해마다 진행되는 이 경연은
The contest is held every year for 13 years.
이 경연에서 어린이들은 지능, 서예, 그림
Children compete in intelligence, calligraphy, drawing, and talent. Now we are going to introduce some of the talented children.
지금 이 어린이는
This boy is doing sums in addition and subtraction of 6 figures by visualizing abacus. The contest is aimed at finding out talented children and enhancing the practical qualifications of the kindergarten teachers as well. So different were the special skills presented by the kindergartens to the contest.
31매 3086입니다.
이 어린이는
This boy is doing sums in addition and subtraction of numbers transmitted through different sounds. This calculation needs correct judgment of sounds and visualization of abacus at the same time. Two kinds of thinking are done at the same time.
저도 셋입니다.
이 어린이는 지금
She's now calculating the numbers popping up on the screen separately.
오른쪽은 오른쪽대로 계산하고 있습니다.
Moreover, two numbers displayed are changed 100 times at 0.5-second intervals. It means she's calculating a total of 200 numbers, 4 numbers in a second. This calculation is very good for developing the visualizing ability, fast judgment, and high concentration of children. Now she's moving her fingers, which means counting on the abacus. Different numbers are changing on both sides of the screen, meaning that she's visualizing two abacuses.
2와 7입니다.
잘했습니다. 이름 뭐나요?
김용두입니다.
어린이들의 재능은 실로
The talents of the children were really incredible.
또한 이 어린이들이
We are so pleased to think that those children are the future of the country. And we felt a great pride of our kindergarten education.
하도이, 하도집, 하도지, 집도발, 집배도배, 굴어봐요. 집배도지, 집배도지, 다이아몬드사, 하도칠, 집배도어.
잘했습니다.
이렇게 놀라운 어린이들이 없었습니다. 지난 시기에는. 근데 이번에는 여러 측면에서 놀라운 어린이들이 많이 나왔습니다. 이것은 2019년도부터 시작한 어른 얘기 교육의 결과라고 생각합니다. 그래서 우리 지금 보면 어른 얘기 교육이 확고하게 우리 유치원 자기 교육에 졸실이 필요하다는 것을 정말 느끼게 되었습니다.
어른 쪽내 개발 교육에는 주산놀이와 청음 듣기,
The education for developing the right brain is said to be including abacus game, hearing, Rubik cube, memorization, and robot making. Of them, the education for abacus visualization draws attention of kindergarten teachers. Abacus education is given at many kindergartens, not only in Pyongyang but also in other places of the country. To have an understanding of the abacus education, we called at the November 3rd kindergarten in Ryomyeong Street. The children are now moving their fingers before using abacuses. Moving fingers quickly is essential in the abacus education aimed at fast calculation. Developing quick sense of hands is also helpful to the brain development of children. At first, the abacus education is given to the children for fun. Then the children are encouraged to be interested in figures and calculation. And they are inspired to do sums while visualizing the abacuses on which they counted. In a word, abacus visualization is realized. The children are required to count figures at a faster speed so as to increase their judgment and concentration. When children can count one-figure numbers perfectly, they are allowed to count two-figure and three-figure numbers gradually.
일자리 좋아하나요?
They develop the intellectual faculties in a stepwise way. Sometimes they are given the abacus education combined with hearing and encouraged to do sums by abacus visualization along with words and linking.
주산 영상화에 의한 수 계산은 단순한 수 계산이
Calculation based on abacus visualization means that the right brain is being developed. It means that both the left and right brains can be used in processing all the information in the future. But it is a labor-consuming work to give the intellectual education to the children at the age of 5 or 6.
유치원 어린이들은 주의지속 시간이 짧기 때문에 채심하지 못하고 또 어떨 때는 흥미번이주로 막 하다 나면 집중하지 못하고 이렇게 하다 나면 저도 모르게 주산 넣는 법이 틀리는 어린이들도 있고 매우 단계별로 힘들고 권고화시키기가 간단치 않았습니다.
그러면
We
유치원
wanted to
어린이들의
know
집중
about
시간이
how long
어느
the kindergarten
정도인지
children can
유치원 교양원과
concentrate.
토론한 후
After
우리는
discussing with the
시험을
teacher,
해보았습니다.
we made a test.
유치원 어린이들의 최고
Very
집중
short
시간은
is the
매우
time of
짧습니다.
concentration of the kindergarten children. They are restless.
것이 유치원
Moreover,
어린이들입니다.
the kindergarten education is a preschool education different from the regular primary school education.
많은 차이를 가지고 있습니다.
We visited the Mire Primary School to have a better understanding.
선생님과 함께 제목을 따라 읽겠습니다. 왜 닫고 복종
이 학생들은
These pupils received school education for about 6 months. After leaving kindergarten this year, the kindergarten education is necessary for their correct understanding of 40-minute lesson.
필기꾼기를 해야 합니다.
그러면
We also tested to see how long the first-year pupils of the primary school can concentrate.
그래서 이것에서도 시험을 해보았습니다.
자유형에 앉아서 학습장에 126페이지 문장을 한번 함께 써보자요.
According to teachers, the first-year period of the primary school education is most difficult, and the higher the number of grades becomes, the easier the education gets.
유치원생들 올라오는 거 소학교에서 맞지 않습니까? 그 아이들 정말 학생답게 만든다는 게 좀 쉽지 않단 말입니다. 그런 아이들보다 더 나이가 어린 아이들을 맡는 유치원 교양원들도 정말 수고가 많다고 생각합니다.
Educational methods suited to the child's mind should be still applied to the primary school education, and teachers rack their brains for it. In recent years, however, the intellectual level of pupils entering primary school have changed a lot as against before.
실시하기 전에 입학한 학생들보다 12년제 실시한 다음에 입학한 학생들이 지능 상태가 높고 이게 활달하고 모든 일에게 다 창조성이 높습니다.
그 원인이
We called on officials of the Education Commission in charge of kindergartens to know the reason. Now they are examining the new teaching methods presented by kindergartens across the country. According to them, the present kindergarten education has been completely switched over to the direction of intellectual education. They said they were mother tongue and counting lessons separately in the past, but it was turned into a combined education to further raise the intelligence of the children after the enforcement of the 12-year compulsory education. The combined education method means teaching the kindergarten children so that they can be interested in studying. Then, what change has the combined education brought about in the kindergarten education?
여기는 신양 주유치원.
This is the Xinyang Weekly Kindergarten. What is notable here is that the education is given with main stress on teachers' questions and children's presentation.
위주 교육으로 진행되는 것이었습니다.
이번에 또 다른 정보 나왔으면 보겠습니다.
어린이들이 재미있는 공부로 느낄 수 있게
It
하는
is a
종합
difficult
교육.
task for the
이것은
teachers to
교양원들에게
give the
무거운
combined
짐이 아닐 수
education.
없습니다.
지난 시기에는 교양원이 먼저 설명해주고 어린이들이 이렇게 따라 말하도록 했단 말입니다. 그런데 지금은 어린이들이 먼저 그림을 보고 자기가 충분히 발표하게 한 다음에 그 다음에 거기서 잘 된 점을 개발시켜주고 안 된 점은 다시 시성시켜주는 방법을 이렇게 했습니다. 거기는 빨리 가나요? 느릿느릿 가나요?
정해진 시간 안에 주입식으로 공부시키는
Teachers
그만이었던
led the
지난
lessons in the
시기에는
past
교양원이
when they
유치원
crammed the
수업의
children within a fixed
주인공이었습니다.
time.
맨 앞에 어떻게 하나요, 처리가?
그러나
On the
기발을
contrary,
목적으로 하는
however,
종합교육
children
방법에서는
played a great
어린이들이
role in the
주인공인
combined
구조에서
education
그에 대한
method
연구가
aimed at
우선적으로
their
따라서야
intellectual
했습니다.
development.
뻘차기 했습니다. 뻘차기 필수했습니까?
그것은
Preferential
종합교육 그
study
자체가
of it had to be
어린이들의
made
개성적
because the
특성을
combined
살리면서
education
열린 심적 특성을
was an
맞게
intellectual
진행하는
education
지능계획이었기
given
때문입니다.
according to the age and mental
어린이들의
qualities
개성적
of the
특성에 맞는
children
교육을
while
하기 위해
making most
교양원들은
of their
낮은
individual
반식이
characteristics.
어린이들에 대한 관찰을
For
진행해야
education suited to their individual characteristics, the teachers have to watch the children at lower class carefully. Through the observation, teachers should learn the characters and tastes of the children and find out correct methods suited to them. They also had to give constant education to the children anytime according to their psychology. Besides, Taekwondo education is necessary to infuse the children with a national character. It cannot be neglected for building up their physical strength. In the course, the teachers find out the talents of children in the bud. They give after-school education to them in the afternoon according to the tastes and characteristics. The after-school education includes intellectual education such as Baduk or Gore and abacus, and art education such as the early musical and rhythmic education.
교육들이 포함됩니다.
Any of such education cannot be neglected. It is given by teachers to the children at the age of 5 and 6 every day. Some teachers pay a little attention to the intellectual development of other children while bending their eyes on the unusual talents of some children.
어린이의 지능 개발에는 관심을 적게 돌리는 현상도 생겨난다고 합니다.
물론 뛰어난 어린이들을 잘 키워서 교육자의 명예나 또 유치원의 명예를 떨치는 것도 중요하다고 생각합니다. 그러나 저는 우리가 맡은 이 유치원 어린이들 모두를 정말 부족하거나 정말 남보다 뒤떨어졌다는 이런 말을 듣지 않게 누구나 다 웃으면서 소학교 교문에 들어서도록 하는 것이 우리 주유치원 교양원들의 임무라고 생각했습니다.
저녁이면 생활 선생님으로 불리우는 교양원이
In the evening, a teacher in charge of the lives of the children takes care of them. They are now talking about the shortcomings of the children who fail to catch up with the costs of study in the daytime. The teacher who took over them kindly corrects the shortcomings. This is the weekly kindergarten in which the children have to be away from their parents for 6 days. So if a child fails to come up with others, he or she would be lagged behind more, teachers
그
said.
어린이의 내일은 더욱 어두워지게 된다고 이곳 교육원들은 이야기했습니다.
우리가 취급하지 못한 이런 내용이 소학교나 이런 데 가서 이제 취급될 때 이거 바로 우리가 취급해주지 못하게 되면 언제든지 빈 공간이 생기지 않겠는가? 다음 단계 교육에서 지장이 되지 않게 우리가 어떤 방법을 연구해서라도 무조건 유치원 교육 과정 안에 한해서는 책임적으로 다 그 인식을 시키자, 이런 방향으로 모든 사업을 진행하게 조직합니다.
저쪽으로 눕죠? 저쪽으로.
잠자기 시간이 왔습니다.
It's a sleeping time. A teacher told them to try to talk about their daily routine in the form of diary.
오늘은 10월 21일 날씨 개인. 나는 오늘 운동놀이에 나가서 찜질 운동도 하고 윷 돌리기 훈련도 했다. 정말 기뻤다.
이 방법은
This method is helpful to the intellectual development of the children at lower class who do not know how to write yet, by fostering their ability of expression and letting them visualize their daily routine. There is a saying that education starts with embracing. That's why the teachers there were reading the minds of tens of children.
모두 다 안고 있었습니다.
Tomorrow, our children will spend another day here.
흘러보내게 됩니다. 그러면 우리 어린이들의 지능 개발을
Please
위한
wait for the next time to see the efforts made for the intellectual
다음 시간에
development of the
계속해서 보기로
children.
하겠습니다.